Okay, this is W1REX, and I've got a nifty little thing to show off. I'm going to move that out of the way, and it's just this little tool that I just designed, laid up, got a bunch of them in, and it's helpful for lead bending. This is a dedicated lead bending for instance, my NoSolder kits. Let's say, for instance, I have a diode. Here's a little diode right here. Move this out of the way for a minute. And diodes, a lot of times on any circuit board, are most often laid out to be 0.3 inches, 0.3 of an inch between the pads. So in this case, you got to bend this 0.3, and most lead benders start at 0.4. So here's a lead bender, and you see it says 0.3 up here, and it says 0.4 here, like that. Okay, so if you put the part down on the top and just hold it with your thumb, and you put it in the center, and then you bend the two leads down like that, that's a 0.3 lead, and you can verify that by well, here we go. I'll pick this guy here up, and these are typically spaced 0.1 on center, so if I go and put that in there, you'll see that it fits pretty good, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So that thing is just right for plugging into a board. So there's a 0.3. Here's a resistor. If I go and use the other end, the 0.4, and I put that down and then bend it, there's a 0.4 spacing. And if I put that into this guy right here, you'll see that it now fits in the fifth hole, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So there's turning apart into a 0.4, or bending a versus a 0.4. Here's the case of a transistor. These are 0.05 on center. So if I had to put this into a circuit like this, I got to bend these leads apart and get them into where the transistor goes. These are 0.1 spacing. So what I can do is I can pre-bend it on here. So I can go and take this 3.1, and I can just sort of pre-bend it and set it down in there. Sort of bend these in so that they're relatively parallel. Okay, like that. And now they stay that way, and I can go over here and transfer it right into the circuit, and there it goes without hardly any trouble at all. Sometimes you've got a 0.2 spaced capacitor that you have to see. This is 0.2, so if I go, and you can see it skips one on the holder. Okay, so sometimes you got to turn that into a 0.1. So I'll get my handy dandy favorite pliers out, and I will bend that lead out so it's straight, and then I'll bend it back at that shoulder. Okay, then I'll do the other side the same way. I'll take and bend it completely out at the 90 degree, and then I'll move in a little bit to where that shoulder was, and then move it back again. And now that should be 0.1 on center. So I'll put it up here in the holes for the 0.1 capacitor, and it fits pretty good. So really the only thing I have to do is possibly make sure that they are straight. If you're persnickety about it, sometimes you'll cut them off at the where is it? Okay, cut them off so that they're straight, so that when they get plugged into the piece, there's the 0.1 on center. You can see it just plugs right in now. So now that's standing up in the air quite a bit. So sometimes you might want to be closer to the board, because extra lead space is, chance for RF leakage and all that kind of jazz. So in this case, I've got a little, over here on this end, I got a little ruler, so you can put that part down and you can find, hold it just right. I'm going to put it on this side. So I can find, in this case, I'm going to go and put it on, let's say, 2/10 of an inch. So I'll go and grab it right there, 2/10 of an inch, cut the lead, and then I'll go right straight across it, setting my pliers down on the lead I cut, making sure they're kind of perpendicular. Okay, so I now have cut that down to a uniform length. So if I put that back in now, you can see it's much closer to the board. Where is it? There it is. Okay, much closer to the board. And by using the little measuring stick there, you can get all your capacitors sitting at the right height, or whatever height you want. So I've got, in this case, I've got a 0.3 spacing for parts that fit inside, for instance, an IC pattern. And I got 0.4 spacing, which is a typical resistor spacing. I've got a little ruler, and I've got a 0.1 space, 0.2 space, and 3 by 0.1, so that you can size different kinds of parts to fit in your board. So this is a little dedicated little lead bender from QRPme. That's all I got for you on that one. Bye.